Ah. Hey everybody!
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! 大家好，新年快樂. Oh, we're excited to be back. It's been a while. I mean, laziness, COVID, holidays,
Birthday.
oh yeah, that too. And we just haven't had a chance to get together and actually film for a while, but we are super excited today because we are celebrating
Lunar New Year.
Yes. Chinese New Year. So we're super excited because Chinese New Year is actually a chance for us to get together, right?
Yes. And this year is the Year of the Ox, and it's based off the Lunar New Year. So it marks the end of winter and the beginning of spring. So all of these new spring awakening, spring happenings.
Yeah, we're super excited. There's lots of different traditions and myth that's tied around Chinese New Year.
Right, and it is the most important festival, holiday, out of all the holidays in China.
So keep that in mind if you're ordering things from China or on Amazon and it's back order and it's coming from China, it'll take a while to get here because they literally shut things down for 2 weeks. Like in the US, we get like a day, like the day before we shut things down. They shut things down for 2 weeks there.
Right.
And they are just celebrating. It's also a very, very busy season. Mm-hmm. It's actually one of the biggest human migration in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, there is actually a documentary called Come Home or Coming Home, where it actually documents the amount of people. I didn't do research beforehand, but I think there's about 1.2 trillion or billion people in China. There's lots of people there, and a lot of them are all traveling home. And this is so important because this is actually the only time that they have to go home.
Right.
So that's why they do it. So
right, and then from what I understand is that there's almost every day there's something going on. Like what we're about to do is have our Chinese New Year feast.
Yeah, this is very part of the big tradition of it. I mean, there's a couple of things to remember when it comes to Chinese New Year's. First one is the offering and the respectfulness and the remembrance of your ancestors and deities.
Yes.
The ancestor one's very important as well. The other important one, because we're Chinese, is money.
Yes.
So they like to clean the house and clean the bad fortune so that way we have good fortune for the next year. And then the most, I think, important one, in my opinion, because I love to eat, is the family reunion. The reunion meal that we have. And it is a huge feast, and you can see that we have a beautiful spread here that was created and done by yours truly.
Well, both of us really.
I mainly watched and I supervised, but David did most of the work here, and it was really great. And I can't thank him enough for actually preparing all of this. If you can see what's on the table and the different types of dishes that we actually have 8 different dishes on here. So and 8 is the luckiest number in Chinese culture because the word 8 in Chinese is ba, in Mandarin, but in Cantonese bat. But it really rhymes with fa, like fa choi, so which stands for getting rich, getting good fortune. So it's why we kind of chose that today, and also because of superstitions and everything. Anything that's divisible by 2, except for the number 4, which stands for, we won't say it because it's a joyous occasion today. Look it up. We'll put it in the link.
Right.
But what happens is we always want to do things by 2 is because it promotes and signifies harmony. I mean, you can see how we kind of did everything. We tried to do as much as possible and be respectful to create the harmonious of it. You can see that even our drink glasses and our rice, even the way we have our chopsticks, we try to really make it as harmonious as possible because that's what we want. We want to be prosperity. We want prosperity. We want harmony into the new year, and we just want to just do that. And and I mean, I'm just super excited. I'm glad we're back, and I'm glad that we're doing it with this here today.
Yes.
So we have tons of food. We wanted to kind of share with you why we chose each one. And we hope that you enjoy watching us eat for a while. And secondly, really enjoy learning a little bit about the Chinese culture because it's very important to me. I'm Chinese. I've been living in the U.S. for a while now, but I never forget my roots. And I want to be able to share my culture with you guys today. And it's such a great video for us to come back on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think what we want to do is we probably want to kind of go with the entrees first. We'll go with the entrees, and then we'll go into the side dishes,
Mm-hmm.
and then for the side dishes, we'll go finally ending with the desserts.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
So yeah. So of course, everyone really notices probably the centerpiece of our meal today is the chicken.
Chicken, yes. So with the Chinese tradition, when you serve whole chicken for the reunion meal, you want to make sure that you have from head to tail, because
And feet.
and feet, which is on the other side, and that basically signifies
Or completeness.
completeness and
Yeah.
unity, right?
Yeah, that we're all back together.
Right.
And the wholeness of everything is again back to that one word that we've been talking about, prosperity. So we're super excited for it. I mean, David, talk to us about this chicken. How is it made?
So this is roasted chicken. There's some soy sauce, oyster sauce, 5-spice, some pepper, and it's just roasted. So it's really simple. Another recipe that is pretty popular is soy sauce chicken, where it's braised in soy sauce.
Yes, see, okay. Yum,
Yeah.
yum. But today we're going to really eat it just in the sense of as a whole, and we're just going to cut pieces. And we made a very traditional ginger scallion salt dressing.
Yeah.
I may have over salted a little bit, but that's okay.
It's fine.
It's
We have
fine.
rice.
It's fine. But it's super good. So we're super excited for it, but this definitely is the centerpiece. People eat chicken and some people eat duck. It's the whole point of it is you got to make sure it's from head to tail to feet, everything is intact for that completeness.
Yep.
Wonderful.
All right.
Okay, so do you want to introduce our next?
Yes. So the next item that we have is also very important. Is a whole fish.
Which is the word yu, and I guess it's supposed to sound like the word surplus, but I guess my Chinese is so weak that I didn't know that. But we got a whole fish, and it's very, very important. Like, fish is a very important dish in Chinese New Year's as part of that whole process. And we make sure there's a whole fish as well too.
Right. And there are some significant customs when eating the fish,
Yeah.
such as like you don't eat the
Head or the tail.
or the tail.
Well, you can, but you need to leave enough in there because what it signifies is prosperity in the year, and the head, leaving enough meat in the head means that you are starting a new year with surplus, and leaving a little bit of tail means you're ending the year with surplus as well too. So it's kind of that big cycle again.
Yes. And then also additionally is that the fish kind of also represents like a fishing boat as well. So when you eat it and you finish one side, you don't flip the fish over.
Yes, that's very important. That's very important.
Because if you were to flip it over, that's kind of meaning like you're
rocking the boat.
rocking the boat or capsizing, and then you're just spilling out all of your good luck that you have accumulated.
Yeah, so you don't want to do that. And traditionally, how the fish is also faced at the table is very important too. We didn't really do that today because both David and I are both the same age. But it's supposed to face the elders, is what it is. Especially the head's supposed to face the elders, and everyone starts eating once the elders starts picking at it. So another tradition about it too, like with people, is the fish eyes, which is supposed to be good luck. Whoever can get the fish eyes is bountiful. I'm not a fan of fish eyes, so I guess probably why I never had a lot of good luck. So I mean, that's really the case, right?
Maybe I'll try it this year and see if my luck changes.
Oh, yeah, been pretty lucky. But so David again was very kind enough, and he actually prepared this entire fish for us. So there's different kind of fish that you can get. We chose tilapia today because it was the most convenient fish for us to get at the supermarket, and it was really nice, and it actually looked pretty decent,
Yeah,
But
nice and meaty.
yeah, it looked really good. It looked like it would represent very well for us for wealth wise.
Yes.
So, I mean, why don't you tell us how you kind of made a little bit of how you made that one?
Sure. So this fish was basically steamed. They had already scaled it, and gutted it and whatever. So I scored it, steamed it with some sliced slivers of
Oh,
ginger.
I thought you said squirt it. I was like, what did you squirt?
Scored.
it.
Scored.
I was so confused there for a second. So
Scored the fish, and then it's steamed with some ginger, and then we put green onions and some cilantro, and then pour hot oil on it to kind of cook the green onions a bit, and then also top it off with your favorite soy sauce.
Yum. Yeah, we're super, super excited to eat that.
I am.
But those are really two of the big main entrees as well. So let's move on to an entree slash side dish.
yeah.
You know, the next important one here is the noodles.
Yes.
And these are technically what we call longevity noodles. They're supposed to be super, super long strands, and what it signifies for is long life.
Long life.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when you're cooking these noodles, you gotta make sure you're very careful, and you want to make sure that it doesn't break. We don't cut it. Well, first of all, cutting it is always bad luck anyway, so you don't want to do that. But super long noodles. And you can serve it with some meat as well too, but we didn't this time. We kind of feel like we had a lot of protein already along with it, but it's just another way to symbolize the new year for happiness and longevity. So
And when you're at another feast and you're having noodles, you want to make sure that you be careful with the portion that you put in your mouth, because a lot of times the noodles will be very, very, very long.
Oh, yes.
And you can't cut it with your teeth either.
Yes, bad luck. Remember that. It's all in at once. All right, so why don't we go into our next side dish?
All right, which is...
Why don't we do that one first?
Sure. The spring rolls.
Yeah.
Or these are crispy spring rolls, which basically, they also symbolize like the little golden ingots, right?
Maybe.
The spring rolls symbolize wealth and prosperity.
Oh, yes. And you're actually you were kind of right there, like the ingots, but it's actually gold bars. Is what it kind of signifies, because of the golden color once it's fried. So that's why it symbolizes wealth. And I mean, from the looks of it, David and I are rich. Look at all these gold bars that we have here. So yeah, spring rolls is definitely very important, because again, it's just it's part of that fortune. You know, like you want to be fortunate, and you want to be successful, and getting a lot of success into the new year. I want to keep saying money, but that's really what the case is. It's all about money, guys. Yeah. So dumplings is very similar to the spring rolls. Is also a signifier for wealth. If you take a look at the dumplings that we have, you can see that it looks like the ingots that we have. So it's just another representation of money and fortune and prosperity again.
Right. And then the saying, well, the meaning behind this is that the more that you eat of the dumplings is the more wealth and prosperous that you will be throughout the year.
Yeah, there's a Chinese saying, but we both already forgot it already.
Yeah.
And we're not going to butcher it now.
My Chinese is bad. I don't even speak Chinese.
But he's learning, though. He's learning Mandarin. So it's very exciting. So maybe next year we'll be able to do this whole episode again.
We'll see
in Mandarin. But yeah. So that was another inclination for wealth. There's actually some pretty importance to it too, especially the fillings, and depending what fillings you get. You know what? We decided to go with the traditional fillings, which is the best way to go anyway. It is also very, very lucky. So.
Yes.
Oh man, and all this talk is starting making food, but we've got three more that we want to introduce. So which one should we go first? Should we go with the
nian gao?
Yeah, the ningol, which is
what he said.
Yeah, which is the glutinous rice cake.
Right. So it's basically some rice flour, water, and sugar, palm sugar, I think. Or just
it's usually brown sugar, with the molasses in it. That's what really gives that color.
And it's steamed, and then there's several ways to eat it. Like you eat it like this, sliced up.
Yeah.
Or some people will batter it and fry it. Batter it in egg and fry it, or even like in some rice flour or something and fry it.
Yeah, that's really the best way to go about it, truthfully. But ningol or ningol, what it really means is to move into a better position for the next year. It means that this year you're going higher.
Yes.
Yes. So it's one of the dishes that always shown up in Chinese culture. And it's actually one of the ones that they like to kind of share and give to the Chinese deity, the Choi Sun, which is the fortune god.
Oh.
Because what it does is that because it's so sticky as he eats, he can't talk as much and talk about the bad things you did in the year. So it's kind of a bribe and also a way to, get some good fortune out of it.
I like that.
But really, in essence, the name of it is just to go higher. So it's that we are going to.
So it's for promotion and elevation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's move into our next one, which is the sweet
rice balls.
Yeah, which is tangyun.
Yes.
Yeah, sweet rice balls. It is another representation of togetherness because of the stickiness and the roundness, and that's why we are all here today. Well, at least David and I are, and Julie in the background, who's our director.
Because he's like my brother. Really.
Yeah, we're really a close family together. There's numerous different ways to do it, but it's such a great simple food that really is very humbling. I mean, it's really just glutinous rice, flour, made into a ball and into some simple syrup.
Yeah.
It's such a great way to end the night, and it's just a really great way to have that togetherness and have that family together, and that signification of it. But this one that we have today is a little special. We got one with peanuts in it.
Peanuts. It's a mixture of different nuts. Because we really love nuts.
Yeah, so make sure if you're gonna buy it, make sure you look carefully because if you're allergic, you might be in trouble for it.
And also, this sweet rice ball dish is also served at the winter solstice as well.
Oh, I did not know that. That's interesting.
So it's very important.
See, I learned something new.
Yeah.
Also from David. So finally, if you guys been to any Asian restaurant, any Chinese buffets or anything, you'll know that they always end the meal in serving it with oranges. And we picked these. These are tangerines and mandarins. But in Chinese, the word that they usually use is gut, which, actually kind of really sounds familiar. It sounds similar to luck. I don't know. I'm making it up at this point, but it did. Yeah. So the roundness of it, the orange really just stands for another. It really kind of symbolizes gold and wealth and everything. So, I mean, as you can kind of see here, you can see that we really try to be symbolic and we really try to have the harmony with everything that we have. And you can see that there's nothing on here that actually is at a 4 either. So you please keep that in mind. So, I mean,
that's a lot.
Yeah, a lot of food here. But I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I mean, we had a lot of fun making it. We had a lot of fun eating it. And we have a lot of fun just coming back together and doing this. It's been a little bit too long. We haven't seen each other since about 2 weeks.
Right.
But we technically didn't have a chance to hang out since November though. So it was nice. So, well, Happy New Year's, guys. I hope you guys really did enjoy. Thank you again for coming to our channel and watching this. Let us know what you think. We will put links in the bottom to actually how you can make these from different various websites that inspired us for the meals today. We'll also send a link to where we got the information regarding the meaning of each food, so that way you guys know. And we look forward to coming back and making more videos. Let us know in the comments what you guys want to see in the future, and we'll see you guys next time.
Right.
Bye.